Hello! As you're coming back from vacation, what do you have to keep in mind from this summer 2018? First, the world trade momentum is lower than what we saw at the beginning of the year. It means that the impulse from outside, when you are a country, is smaller than last year, for example. Second point, interest rates, long-term interest rates, are still very low, and despite higher inflation rates. But these higher inflation rates are due to higher oil price, higher energy price. It's not linked to core inflation, except maybe in the US. So there is no reason for investors to integrate higher inflation in the future. That's the second point. Third point, the environment in the US is still very strong. We have had GDP growth number for the second quarter, and it was very strong. But there are questions about the US. First, you know that at the beginning of the year, we have had a strong tax cut, specifically for companies. And in the White House plan, it was supposed to fund these lower taxes, was supposed to fund investment. In fact, it's just a way to increase the share buybacks by company. So I'm not sure this is very a good move from companies and for the whole US economy. Second point, the real estate market is faltering. We see that a lot of indicators like new home sales, etc., are now a little less supportive to growth than it used to be 6 months or 1 year ago. So we have to be very attentive to that. But nevertheless, the economy is strong, and the Federal Reserve has said that it will increase its rates 4 times this year. We have already have 2 hikes. There are still 2 to come. Fourth point, the environment in Europe is a little less supportive than it was 6 months or 12 months ago. We've seen GDP growth number for the second quarter and survey for August. They all show that the situation is a little, the speed of the economy is a little lower than what we've seen in 2017. So that's something we have to keep in mind, and we are converging to long-term potential growth, which is lower than the 2+ growth we have had in 2017. Fifth point, we have had crisis in Turkey, crisis in Venezuela. In Venezuela, it's an hyperinflation environment, and measures that have been taken by Maduro will increase this hyperinflation. So it's a real crisis. We will come back on that in another time. In Turkey, we have had a strong tension between the US and Turkey on pastor, US pastor in Turkey. And it has created a strong drop in the Turkish lira, and it's still very low. So the crisis in Turkey is still to come and will be persistent. And last point, in Italy, what we've seen, 2 things. First, there will not exit from the Eurozone, but they are now, and that's the second point, they are discussing the budget. And we don't know exactly what they will do with European budget rules. And that's a source of worry. And we've seen that foreign investors are leaving the Italian bond market. That's what clearly said the ECB statistics. That's something we have to, which can be worrisome in the long term. In other words, we see that during this summer we have had crises, we have had lower momentum in Europe, lower momentum in world trade, so the world is a little less cooperative and coordinated than what we had a few months ago, and that's something we have to keep in mind, and that's clearly worrisome today. Thank you.